All right, guys, we're back here on Southeastern 16, presented by FanDuel. SEC Basketball Tuesday. We got some games tonight. We've already talked about them. We're not talking about them again. Plenty of predictions, though, for what could be an interesting slate of games tonight. Check those out here on the channel. And we'll have our predictions coming up for the featured games for Wednesday that we're going to do. Don't know if we'll get to every game for Wednesday. I'm just going to let you know right now. But that'll be for our MVPs and legends coming up after this show. And meanwhile, we got to talk about some bracketology. Little gut bracket today. So, we got a lot to jump into.
We do. Jump on in. You folks. Nice little Tuesday morning. Got a big midweek of hoops here. Some big time Tuesday, Wednesday games. After a nice game last night, did you watch the Jayhawks bounce back at home? Bill Self keeping that big Monday streak alive. Houston, though, struggling a little bit. But we got some bracketology to talk about. We got some bubble teams. We've got some seed lines here that need discussing, Blake.
Well, let's discuss them as we jump into the updated bracketology. Hang on a second, chat. Max Barr is going to throw you for a swerve here.
Yep.
Because you think you're about to see the factory churning out seeds all over the place with Joey brackets. But Max put his foot down and said, enough is enough. I'm going to another bracketologist. And if you can read what he's about to pull up on the screen, consider yourself in the top 1% of vision in the world. So let's get to it.
Okay, Blake is being dramatic here. But what I did was I went back to a few of our bracketologies, and some of the comments, a lot of the comments were, why do you guys keep going to Lenardi? It's been proven year after year he's not even remotely close to the most accurate bracketology. Why do we keep referencing Lenardi? And I think it's just because
very obvious why we refer to Lenardi.
ESPN.
It's literally on every game you watch, it is what you see. So because someone's going to be like, well, on the game the other night, they said this. Well, yeah,
right.
So that's why we regularly use that, because that is what you see when you watch your team play. But
yeah, so it's like, that's like kind of the standard. But what I did was I went on Bracket Matrix, what we usually reference, and I went to the winners. And last year's winner, we've actually followed each other on Twitter. I was talking to him this morning. He won the entire Bracket Matrix competition last year, and he makes these really nice graphics, and he just updated his bracketology yesterday. So I'm going to throw you for a curveball. Today we are going to reference, I'm going to butcher his name. I'm going to butcher it. Samalovsky bracketology. Samalovsky. That's what we're going with. I can drop the main overlay and make this a little bit bigger for you guys. Let's see here. And so
I gotta go get some binoculars. I'll be right back.
It is not that bad. This is the Bracket Matrix winner from last year. So this is updated as of yesterday. So just take into consideration the two big ones that happened last night. Louisville drops a game to North Carolina in a close fashion, so it's not going to hurt them too much. And then Houston, obviously, as I mentioned, drops the game to Kansas. So other than those two results, this is the top bracketology today as well.
All right, so what I see, I got Wisconsin as the number 1 overall seed. I see South Florida as a 2. Is that right?
Where are you looking? Can you
My
guys
point,
really
Max.
see this? Or is this actually that hard?
No, it looks a lot better. When we were doing this before the show, it was very sort of like tiny, and I could not see it as well. So we were kind of playing up the joke, but I can definitely see this now. It looks way better. So, So again, I think the most interesting part to look at here is if you look at the 4 and 5s. Remember how we talked about how close together all these SEC teams are in that range? Like, you've got Alabama here as the last 4, And then you've got Tennessee, Vanderbilt, Arkansas. So we talk about the order of these teams right now. There you go. Alabama, Tennessee, Vanderbilt, Arkansas. So
the star
like
means they won their league conference championship.
Yeah. So you're getting the automatic bid with the star here. So there, I mean, that's why we mentioned like there's going to be a lot of movement with those 4 teams over the next 2 weeks, just because they're all jumbled together, and I'd love to know what the discussion is on the separator between those 4. So
says those are the 4 closest teams in all of college basketball right now. Yeah,
probably.
And you can find us and all of you guys battling it out every Monday on the power rankings, trying to separate them.
Right. Well, let me tell you this reason why. There's plenty of reasons as to why that could be. Yeah, so I think that's the most interesting part of this whole thing, is just to kind of see what order it winds up being for those teams, and we'll see if any of those kind of separate themselves. But they'll have a chance down the stretch. We know Tennessee and Alabama still have to play, and so yeah, I think it's going to be another one where we'll find out with those groups. I think the other interesting thing here is Kentucky, the first 8 seed now. We mentioned we figured that was the case after the Cats had a not so ideal week of games. Florida as the number 1 3 seed. I don't think that's a surprise at all. We expected that. And I mean, elsewhere, of course, you've got the Auburn, Texas A&M, Missouri group. Georgia seems to be okay for right now. Yeah, so I think it's just kind of seeing how it plays out with those 3 teams that are firmly on the bubble, in Auburn, A&M, and Missouri. But I think Georgia's going to be okay after the week they had. So,
yeah, I do too. And it wasn't, I mean, Blake and Max a little overreacting in the moment. What's new there? With the Georgia Bulldogs the other week, thinking they might not.
Who are we overreacting to? Georgia?
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't think we're overreacting. They lost 5 of 6.
Yeah, but they still had like a 80% chance to make it, and we were.
Yeah, but how many points were they underdog in Kentucky on the road?
That is also true.
I mean, you were looking at the schedule thinking, this ain't good for the Dogs. But they came out, won some games. They're all right.
True. Good point.
Now they're going to be in the 8-9 against Duke and knocked out in the second round.
What do you think about the Gators getting that top 3 there? Nebraska, Zags, and Kansas, right close behind them. Illinois, Purdue, Houston, and then depending on where you look, UConn and Iowa State are pretty much going to be mismatched. The first 2, pretty much everywhere you look. But Florida keeps on winning. All it's going to take, I think, is – and remember, this is before Houston lost last night. So Houston could be maybe, more towards that 8, that overall 8 range, getting knocked out of that 2 seed line. I feel like Florida, if they just keep doing what they're doing, one of Houston, Purdue, or Illinois is going to knock themselves off that 2 line.
But I guess that's the question: is which 1 seed do you prefer? If I'm Florida, I still prefer Duke
over Michigan.
I don't care that they moved up to the number 1 seed. So in this instance, the other day we were like, maybe try to avoid Michigan. And I'm not saying Florida can't beat Michigan, but I still think that, which one are you picking? Do we all just think Michigan sucks because they lost to Duke? No. I don't. So I guess that's the thing. Florida fans, you're in the chat. Which one do you prefer? Because that's where either are we battling to try to get to that last 2? I mean, right now it'd be the same spot, right? You're the number 1 3. And I assume when we look at the bracket in a second, they're still going to be slotted in there with Duke, unless I'm wrong about that, right? Because they're going to be playing they're going to be slotted with the last 2, which is Illinois, and Florida's the top 3. So, I mean, that's the thing. So,
yeah, true. You never know. I mean, do Illinois and Purdue play each other here on the way out? Because that could just solve itself right there.
Here, I'll look it up.
They do not.
Somebody in the
But
chat will know the answer to this.
Purdue plays Michigan State on Thursday in a big-time game. And then they got a testy 2-game road stretch at Ohio State, at Northwestern. I think if Purdue just drops one of these next 4 here, I think Florida could just win out and jump them.
Yeah, I mean, Illinois could cement themselves in that spot because if they were to beat Michigan on Friday, I mean, they're going to pretty much. I can't see a scenario where they drop unless they just uncharacteristically lose at Maryland, which, I'm not watching that game. So, yeah, I think that's something to think about too. I think that's the thing. If Illinois wins on Friday, I can't imagine they're going to drop any lower than a 2. So that's where it really probably comes down to just Purdue at that point and seeing how it plays out there. But like I said, I mean, is there a huge difference between being the last 2 and the first 3? I just don't see much of a difference there, honestly. Especially if I'm looking at that 6 range. I mean, the 6s and the 7s, I guess, Louisville, BYU, North Carolina, St. Louis. That's not a bad group. I can't say I'd necessarily love to see one of those in the second round. The 7s, I wouldn't mind that group at all. So, yeah, maybe that's the case.
So Illinois could pretty much be playing for if they're going to get a 2 or a 3 here against Michigan. If they win, they get a 2. If they lose, they get a 3. Because no matter what you do if you win against Oregon and Maryland, you're going to be like minus 15 or more in both of those. And then, as we know, the conference tournaments don't really do much for your resume.
Now, don't say that, Max. Don't say that. That's not true.
That is true.
Committee's watching up until the end of the SEC championship.
Yeah.
We know that.
They tell me that every year, and then I believe them every year, and they let me down every year. This Illinois versus Michigan could be for a 2 what seed Illinois gets, 2 or 3.
Yeah, there is an actual bracket. We're going to get to that. Don't worry. Like, we're not just doing this. There is an actual bracket. So, just showing you the overall seed ranges right now. So, yeah. All right, let's get to the bracket.
Oh, do we have any? Where were our bubble teams? We've got
Auburn's a 10, A&M's a 10. They're right next to each other. Georgia, I would say, is off the bubble for now. Missouri is playing TCU, based on the way I'm looking at this here, as one of the last 4 in. Don't think that's a surprise. So every game for Missouri matters from here on out. Yeah, I think Auburn clearly did themselves a little. Oh, Texas is. Wait a second. I didn't even see Texas.
Yeah, Texas.
Now, hold on a second. Hang on just a minute.
I was going to say.
Hold on a minute here. What is Texas doing back there?
Texas, Auburn, and Texas A&M all on the 10 line.
How? Hold on.
Big Gator EJ says.
I'm confused here.
Bubblicious.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, and then,
I guess maybe that's true. What did Texas do this past week? What am I forgetting? What did they do that was bad?
They lost by 11 to Georgia, right? Yeah.
Okay. Maybe that's not great. And they only beat LSU by 3. So that the analytics are hurting them there. All right. I didn't expect Texas to drop behind those 2 teams. Well, I could see it with Auburn, but I thought they'd still be at A&M. Guess not. All right.
UCLA is also like those 10s are those are good 10s. UCLA
stinks.
They just beat Illinois.
What are we talking about here? What are we talking about?
You watch that game? Donovan Dent, Philadelphia, Eric Daly Jr. They're pretty good for a 10.
I watched the 2 games before that too, where they got throttled by Michigan and Michigan State.
Yeah, well, that's because I don't know, but they're not bad.
I'm just messing with you. I think UCLA is not bad either. I mean, they've beaten Purdue and Illinois, so I wouldn't love that to see if I'm, potentially getting a little Mick Cronin here in that scenario as a 2 seed in the second round. I wouldn't love that either for the Bruins. So.
I would rather play all 4 of the 9s than any 4 of the 10s. Just on a neutral floor tournament setting in a 1-of-1 game. I'd rather give me any 4 of those 9 seeds instead of any 4 of those 10 seeds.
I don't disagree with that at all. I think that the group of 10s are the teams that are talented, but very sporadic and inconsistent. The group of 10s are more talented than the 9s. So you're just thinking at any time, any of those teams could just go off, which we've seen it from Auburn, seen it from A&M, seen it from UCLA, seen it from Texas. So, yeah, I don't disagree. Then you got Indiana waiting right there as the top 11.
They're not bad either.
So, yeah.
I'm telling you, whoever gets that last 5 seed is just getting... Oh, and it's St. John's right now. Because whoever gets South Florida, that is a fantastic 12 seed. And they've been sticking as the top 12 for like a month now. I feel like they keep winning, and I expect them to jump up to an 11, and they're not. Whoever gets South Florida is getting a tough one.
Yeah, that is true. All right.
We don't have any on the first or next 4 out. Hard cutoff there. All right.
There's so much happening on the screen right now. Let's get to the bracket.
Let's get to the bracket. Okay, now
let's cut these teams down a little bit.
Now we're gonna have to do it goes by region. It goes by region.
Oh boy.
It doesn't have the whole whole bracket one by one. So we'll just have to go. This is East. This is the top left of your bracket. And I kind of like how he does the times and TV, hypothetical times and TVs. Well, true TV, TBS action out there. That's how you know it's March.
The bias involved here. Putting Alabama on True TV whenever you should be putting them on CBS. They should be in prime time for the Tide. That's when you know, somebody on social media is going to pick that apart. They're going to be like, wait on a second. Why didn't you put them on TBS instead of CBS? Or, I don't know. So, all right.
But here's the East.
Are we doing the... All right, so we got to do our gut bracket, right?
No, we got a gut bracket. So just to, it's one region here, East region, then bottom left is the South, and then I have the Midwest and the West as well. So we'll just kind of have to piece it together. Well, let's start with the East.
I don't like change. All right, here we go. In the East, Duke versus Howard or SEMO.
All right, Duke is into the top. When's the last time the number 1 overall seed won it all? Was it UConn a few years ago? I feel like it doesn't happen often.
I'll take Duke. Iowa and UCF. That's an interesting game.
McCollum against Dawkins. Give me McCollum in Iowa.
I knew that was coming. I'll take Iowa. Okay. St. John's and Yale, the 5-12.
Oh, they didn't give them South Florida. Okay. All right. The Johnnies catch a break. Give me the Johnnies. Oh? Do we have an upset?
St. John's. Alabama and Hawaii.
Alabama there.
Alabama.
Hawaii's slipping lately.
All right. Now we got to go up here to the top portion of the bracket, which is actually the bottom portion of the bracket.
Yes.
All right. Number 3, Kansas against number 14, Austin Peay.
Ooh, Kansas.
Kansas. St. Louis and Indiana.
I love me some Billikens. That would be that game right there. St. Louis, Indiana would go down to the final possession. Written all over it. And it goes to Indiana, the 11.
Yeah, you're wrong. St. Louis advances. See, here's what I don't like. Where is this game played? Oh, it's in Greenville. Here it is. Okay.
Greenville.
Sorry, there's a lot of colors going on here. All right. Greenville. Okay. See, now when I'm making my gut bracket now, I've got to somehow filter in the tip times because this could play a role in who I think is going to advance.
Those
so
are for entertainment
at
purposes only.
No, I got it up. He says 9:55 p.m. That means Utah State and Auburn will start at 10:30. Which team in Oklahoma City in Central Time Zone is going to have the advantage? Probably Utah State because, they're used to it's a little bit earlier for them. Auburn's playing at midnight, basically. This is factoring in stuff I didn't even think about. So
Sure.
Here you go.
I'm going Auburn.
I'm picking Auburn. I don't care about the time zone difference. Give me the Tigers. Illinois, Navy.
Trying to time zone handicap the first round. Give me Illinois.
Yeah, this guy right here, Mr. S, has added it in. Give me Illinois on this one. All right, I don't know where we're at this point. What do we do now?
Now
where's my bracket?
1 against the 8-9.
Give me the lines that connect here. All
Duke
right.
against
Duke
Iowa.
versus Iowa. Just making everybody think I'm
Ben
100 years old.
McComb pull it off. Do they slow the game down and knocks
Duke.
down some outside shots?
Duke.
Duke.
Alabama St. John's, please.
Holy smokes. Gotta go Alabama.
Alabama. Kansas and St. Louis or Indiana.
Oh, see what I did there? A little matchup, a little Kansas, Indiana. For old time's sake. Kansas. Are you going Billiken Sweet 16? Are you going to do it? Oh, is he going to do
St. Louis marches on to the Sweet 16.
All right.
All right. Illinois, Auburn.
Ooh. Wait a second. Do I do it? I am all in on fading this Illinois team early. I cannot pick this team to win that many games. They cannot get a defensive
And yet you
rebound.
just talked up UCLA as if they're the national champions because they beat Illinois. And now you're about to send the Illini out in the second round to the Tigers.
Yeah, I am. Auburn.
All right. I got Illinois. No surprise after our power rankings debate yesterday, and somehow Auburn was. I'm not sure why we got into that, but
Auburn's not.
I
game.
I think it's a tough matchup. I'll take Illinois, the 2 seed. Okay, so you've got Kansas and Auburn. I've got St. Louis and Illinois.
Yes. And I'm going to go Kansas against Duke in the Elite Eight.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. I forgot we had to go back to the other side of the bracket.
Duke against Alabama.
Yeah, okay. I got Duke, and I will take I'll take Illinois. All right.
You got
Duke in the
Illinois,
Final Four?
Kansas.
I got Duke in the Final Four.
And I got Duke in the Final Four. Okay.
All right. The East has been won by the Blue Devils of Duke.
All right. On to the South. This is the bottom left corner of the bracket.
Okay.
UConn is the one.
Uh-oh. I can already tell you there's one I don't like, and I'm going to mention why in just a second.
Uh-oh.
UConn and Wright State.
UConn.
Ooh, Kentucky Clemson at 12:15 on Friday.
Oh, gosh.
One of the first games of the day on Friday. Day game for the Cats. Don't like this at all. Don't like it at all.
Against Brad Brownell. There's no Ian Shefflin out there. There's no PJ Hall out there. Give me the Cats.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Cats here, but you don't want to be slotted in that early window on Thursday or Friday. We know that. You don't want to.
In Philly.
Vanderbilt and Stephen F. Austin, the Lumberjacks in San Diego.
That Thomas Walkup, Stephen F. Austin team was one of my favorite upset teams as a younger.
I thought he was still playing. I thought you were about to say he's still playing. I was like, it could be in this era. He could still be playing.
Yeah. They're not going to be a 12 seed. Give me the Vandy.
I will take the Commodores in this one. Texas Tech and Liberty. Give me Liberty or give me Texas Tech. I think that's how it went.
All right, which one are you giving yourself?
I'm going to take Texas Tech.
I'm going to go Liberty. No stopping. They get the upset.
All right. Nebraska and North Dakota State.
I should have waited on my upset. Darn it. Nebraska, I guess, but I don't want to pick Nebraska far.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Nebraska. BYU and Miami, Ohio.
In Buffalo.
12:15 on Thursday.
No Richie
Day
Song.
one. Early window.
that's got BYU 88, Miami 84 written all over it. UC San Diego of last year. Give me BYU.
When in doubt, pick the best player. BYU. All right. NC State, UCLA. Can you imagine the shouting between these two coaches back and forth? This would be the post-game press conference that you'd have to see here in St. Louis. NC State, UCLA.
Mick Cronin against Will Wade, a heavyweight title fight in round 1 in the prime time slot on Friday night at 10 o'clock. You got to go with Will Wade in March.
Oh, but wait a minute. I thought the John Wooden Bruins here that were being talked up a minute ago were going to advance to the Final Four.
Well, no, because Illinois also stinks, so it brings it down a little bit.
Give me NC State. The Wolfpack marching on. Iowa State versus Merrimack. You're going Merrimack, aren't you?
Joe Gallo loses in the first round to Iowa State.
All right, Iowa State. UConn and Kentucky.
Oh, my gosh. UConn.
Vanderbilt and Texas Tech.
Vanderbilt and Liberty.
Oh, I forgot you had
the Liberty commercials have gotten worse, by the way. They were all right to start with, but kind of drawn thin on me. Give me Vanderbilt. Oh, Sweet 16 for Byington in year 2. Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Vanderbilt too in this one. I think if you had Toppin, that's a complete, but like that removes one of the biggest issues that Vanderbilt would have. So I'll pick Vanderbilt.
T-Tech here in the next few weeks to see how they adjust without Toppin. Because I don't think it was just me. I feel like a lot of college basketball fans had Texas Tech just already kind of starred as like sneaky Elite 8, kind of the non-Michigan, Duke, Arizona to make a run. T-Tech.
All right. Who we got? Nebraska, BYU.
Man, I don't want to pick either of these teams to make the Sweet 16. I just do not want to do it.
I got BYU. When in doubt, pick the best player.
All right, I'll go Nebraska, I guess.
Well, I don't disagree with Sean here. I think this region is. I think this is a pretty.
This is weak.
Yeah, I don't love any of these teams necessarily coming out. Outside of maybe one or two here in a second. Iowa State, NC State.
I'll go Iowa State.
All right, so we got UConn, Vanderbilt. Yeah.
Yeah, we went 1-5 and then 6-2 or 3-2. I don't like this region at all. I'll go UConn, I guess. I'm not picking Vanderbilt.
UConn, don't overthink it here. UConn's the pick. BYU and Iowa State, or Nebraska and Iowa State.
Iowa State there as well. Yeah, Iowa State.
Well, it's interesting because I just saw BYU beat Iowa State. So, you know what? Give me BYU.
All right.
To the Elite 8 as the 6th seed. AJ coming in saying, wait a second, you guys counting us out? I don't think so. Give me BYU. So I got UConn, BYU. You got UConn, Iowa State.
I don't want to pick either of these two. Can I do a tag in Final Four team here?
Sure.
I don't want to.
You can pick. How about this? You can pick the 98 Bulls to sub in for one of these teams. So you got Duke and the 98 Bulls in your Final Four so far.
UConn's not a Final Four team. I don't think Iowa State is a Final Four team.
Well, they are,
but I'll go Iowa State.
UConn. I'm picking UConn. I don't like this region at all. I'm picking UConn.
Speaking of AJ DeBanza, we had a comment on our last video to update the fantasy, the season-long fantasy. You wanted to do that. Somebody has a 400-point lead on the rest of the field.
Honestly, I don't think I've checked my fantasy team since Thanksgiving. So I'm probably last.
I think I'm beating you by 1,000 points, but I'm not.
Well, I mean, once again, when the rules were not clear when we drafted. It was not known what the rules were. We weren't told until after the fact that certain rules did not apply. It was the Wild West of fantasy drafts.
Sounds like a coach that just lost a game in a post-game press conference.
It's BS is what it is.
You know, you're gonna get fined for that. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's all right.
On to the Midwest. This is the top right region of the bracket.
Now this region. Woo. Now this region right here. This is like you should be doing a trade. Give a couple of these teams to the South.
Yeah.
The South needs backup. Oh.
Michigan against the Sharks.
I'll take Michigan.
Miami and the Gales. And Buffalo.
I'll take Miami.
Yep. St. Mary's got to travel across the country there. I mean, so does Miami, just in a different fashion, but I'll go Miami.
Uh-oh. Arkansas. Early window. Game 4 of the day. 12:40 p.m. on Friday. Against Belmont on True TV. 5-12. Not who you want.
Arkansas, I cannot pick against them in the first round.
The Hogs. Virginia and High Point. The 4-13. It's time, folks. It's time.
Are you going to do it?
Got to have an upset somewhere. Give me High Point.
Right. Okay. All right. I'll go with Virginia. I respect it, though.
All right. Florida, East Tennessee State.
In Tampa, give me Florida by 700.
Please. Florida in prime time. Actually, it's going to be not prime time. It'll be when the bars are closing time on Friday nights. The Gators get the win over East Tennessee State. North Carolina versus Santa Clara or New Mexico. Are you kidding me right now?
North Carolina.
Wisconsin versus Texas A&M.
Oh, first 1 to 90 wins that one right there. Well, Nick Boyd and Blackwell against the A&M backcourt. Buckyball's in year 1. Greg Gard's been there for a while. A little bit more connected of a team, got more continuity. I'll go Badgers.
Wisconsin. Houston versus Portland State. Houston. That's the 4 o'clock game that you just don't really pay attention to all that much. All right. Because you're just completely melted from the first 8 games of the day. And you just got nothing left. You need a nap. It's 4 p.m. Houston comes out, wins by 20, 70-38.
Yeah.
That'd be more by 20, but there you go. All right. Yeah, those 4 o'clock games, those are the ones that just at that point, it's the break before you get to the primetime games, and you're just like, give me some blowouts at the 4 p.m.
Yep.
Mark. All right, Michigan, Miami. Michigan. Arkansas, High Point, Arkansas, Virginia.
Hogs. There we go.
Yeah, Arkansas. I got Arkansas. Florida, North Carolina.
Now, is this Caleb Wilson back? Is he back now? I think he'll be back by this point. But too little, too late. Give me the Gators.
Caleb Wilson looking over at Tommy H. He's looking
Come
at
on.
Micah Hanlogden, Ruben Chenyolu, Alex Condon, Herb.
Gators.
Give me Florida. Houston and Wisconsin.
That one could be tricky. Houston's kind of reeling right now. You have Kelvin Sampson saying that they don't have a back to the basket, dump it down big like they had in Jawan Roberts last year. But you got to give Houston a Sweet 16.
Yeah, I mean, Houston reeling, I think, is like they haven't lost to 3 teams that all have Final Four potential.
Right.
I don't know if they reeling.
Right.
But Wisconsin has beaten Illinois, Michigan State, and Iowa over the past 2 weeks.
Capable. Oh, could you guys hear those?
I usually never pick against my guy, Kelvin Sampson. And I'm not going to do it here. This one's in Oklahoma City. Give me Houston. All right. Michigan and Arkansas.
Oh, my gosh.
We got here. If I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. You're telling me I'm getting the Hogs in a Sweet 16 game against the number 1 seed that people have said is invincible at times and all this other stuff. I've seen this movie before, Max.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
If it was Arkansas, UConn, I'd be doing it. I would be doing it. But I'm going to go Michigan.
I'm going to go Michigan. All right. Florida versus Houston.
The rematch, you don't say. Please give us this. Please give us this. Because Florida gives it to the Cougars again. Not making the same mistake twice. Blake, give me the Gators.
I got Florida.
Okay.
All right. Michigan, Florida.
Oh, my Lord.
Come on. You're telling me we got to have this in the Elite Eight? Come on.
Ow. Okay, so the front court just goes at it.
It's a wash.
Elliot Cadeau against Boogie Fland. It's LJ Kaysen against Xavier Lee. Trey McKinney against Irby Clavjar.
Well, we know who wins that one. Herb.
What a game. Do you know who you're going to pick?
It's the Dusty May Bowl here. Former Florida assistant, now trying to lead the Michigan Wolverines to the Final Four.
See,
by the way, people talking about Michigan's guards here. I don't know about that.
Cadeau did have a bad game against Duke. He had a bad game against Duke.
Not saying they're bad, but I'm also not saying that they are like just that miles better than Florida.
No, I think it's close. I think it's really close. And I think the defense that Boogie can play on one of those guards when he's out there could offer a lot of disruption, similar to the way that Caleb Foster was. I'm going to go Michigan.
All right. I'm going to go Florida.
Okay.
Because honestly, I think Arkansas could give Michigan a hell of a run here. And I bring up the historical stuff, but I mean, again, we talk about the guard play, and I don't know. So all I know is Michigan was talking about being the greatest team ever assembled, and then they lost to Duke.
I know. Why would you say that? It's gonna come back.
For what it's worth, it wasn't the entire Michigan team. I want to point that out. It wasn't Dusty May saying that. Not my guy, Dusty May. He wouldn't say that. But
all right, so it's a
gut bracket.
You've got the Gators, you've got UConn, and you've got Duke in your. You've gone.
You better see what I'm setting up right now. The revenge tour for the Gators is on. They're in there right now with UConn and Duke left. We got to get one more team there.
I've got 1, 2, 1. All right, let's get a little crazy here in the bottom right in the West, where Arizona is the number 1 seed.
Gator Tim, not going to let the kids watch this one. Don't want them to see your choices here, Max. You don't want to mold the future the wrong way. So,
I understand.
All right. Here we go. Arizona is advancing. Now, we say that. UMBC is a possibility for them.
Yeah, Jarris Lyles.
They have lost to Princeton as a 2-15. Should I consider it? Should we consider the upset here?
Bethune.
Arizona.
They've shown they can hang.
SMU and Georgia.
SMU.
The Stangs versus the Dogs.
That's a great guard matchup. A lot of fun guards in that game.
You know what? Give me Georgia.
All right.
You think I'm gonna pick SMU? You kidding me? All right. Tennessee and South Florida.
Oh my Lord.
Late tip. We're talking 9:20 in Philadelphia, where Rocky was born. You got the Rocky storyline here. South Florida's coming in.
Tennessee.
We're going to get flagged for that on
It's going to
YouTube.
be a scary one, though.
That was so good that we're going to get flagged. Tennessee.
Okay.
Give me the Vols. Michigan State, UNC, Wilmington.
Oh, Wilmington.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Someone said, how does Navy actually have a basketball team earlier? I actually watched, one of the only games I've been to this year was Wilmington Navy. Do I do it? Do I do the upset? Wilmington does have a 7-footer. He's a transfer from Virginia Tech. He's not bad at all. And then they do have a transfer, Gavin Walsh, from Binghamton, my hometown. I might just be a Wilmington year for Max Barr. But I'm not picking against Izzo in the first round. Give me Michigan State.
Yeah, whether it's Farch or March, it's hard to pick against Izzo.
Yeah.
I'm going Michigan State. All right, the Zags and Cal Baptist.
Oh, I don't like that little 4-team setup there. I don't want to pick any of them to a Sweet 16. Ew. But give me the Zags in Portland.
Yeah, you got to take the Zags here. All right, Louisville versus Missouri or TCU. Now there's a group right there.
Do you like Louisville this year?
Please, Max. We got a lot of Kentucky fans who watch this channel. The answer is, of course, no.
For a team in March. Give me a break.
I mean, all right. So let's do this, okay? Boy, what a
because I watched him last night and was just not. I've watched him here and there, but I watched the entire Louisville North Carolina game. It was not impressive.
Listen, they have a 118-77 win over NC State, where they hit how many threes was it? They went 18 of 30 from three. You're always a game away from seeing this team go 18 of 30 and Brown going for 45, right? Conwell went for 31. They had two guys that scored almost as many points as NC State scored as a whole. That offensive capability, anytime, because they shoot so many threes and all that, like, they're a tough team when you're picking out a tournament scenario, because at any time they can do what Alabama has done to teams, right? Mm-hmm. So for that reason, I'm going to pick Louisville no matter who they're playing here, because I just think that the offensive upside is very high, and I think it's higher than a Missouri or TCU can do defensively to stop them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pick Louisville.
I'll go Louisville as well, but all right.
But they also could go. They could miss 25 and get beat.
Like they did last night.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that in a second. All right, Villanova, Texas.
Man, Sean Miller getting a little lick in on his old Big East. Give me Texas.
Yeah, Texas is the same way. They're just like offensively, they can do their thing. They may shoot 48 free throws. Give me Texas. Purdue and Troy.
Purdue, but Troy. Enticing.
Give me Purdue. All right. Arizona and SMU or Georgia?
SMU and Georgia are both teams that, if their guards get hot, they could be a nasty 8-9 to play. But I'll go Arizona.
I agree. To play each other, it could be a nasty game. I'm going to pick Arizona in this round, though. All right. Tennessee and Michigan State and Philadelphia.
Oh, you want to talk about nasty. Holy. First one to 45 wins. Give me Tennessee. I'll go with the SEC there. 3 straight Sweet 16s for Rick Barnes. Come on.
Yeah, but he's going up against the guy who is known for wins in March. Michigan State.
Okay.
I don't like the matchup. I'd probably pick them against some of these others, but I don't love that matchup necessarily. But it'd be a physical, very physical front court game, and I think obviously Tennessee could hold their own there.
Pull your hair out type of game when you're watching that.
It would be like for both fan bases. I think it's going to be a grind, and I don't mean like it'd be a bad basketball game. It's going to be like a physical game. Yeah. And So yeah, I don't like that matchup. I'm gonna go Michigan State.
All right.
Where are we at? The Zags and
Louisville.
Louisville.
Ugh. Gosh. I don't want to pick either of these teams. I guess Louisville. Jeez. Yikes.
Again, to me, when I get in these kind of games here, the gut says, who do you trust more? I trust the Zags more. Give me the Zags.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Purdue and Texas.
Oh.
Listen, this is a very interesting one. I know what you're thinking, and there's some people going to say there's no chance. This is absolutely the kind of matchup I think that you could see Texas pull off a Texas here and just win this game. So before you even do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to pick Texas.
You are doing it?
Yeah, I am. Because they're so, like, Vokatitis could get to the free throw line 28 times here. And guys, remember, what have we said? Max talked about it yesterday. Where is Texas at now offensively? They are
top 10.
Sixth in the country in offensive efficiency. Sixth. So I think this is the kind of game they could win.
They have the size to defend TKR and keep Clough off the offensive boards.
Yeah.
But then if I do that, this whole right side here
who cares?
Throw it in a trash can.
No one cares what you do until, these are just, you got to start picking some wild games somewhere.
All right. Yeah.
Right? It's a gut bracket.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to urge your gut to do anything.
Kendall Weaver grabs a huge
Texas.
Offensive rebound late, put back. Give me Texas.
Tournament of matchups. It's all about matchups.
Yep.
So we spent at least 14 seconds breaking down the matchup there. All right. Arizona versus Tennessee or Michigan State?
Arizona. Doesn't take me a second to do that one. Are you gonna do Izzo to me?
Izzo in March. I don't want all ones or I got Florida there, I guess, but come on, I just want to have a different bracket. But I'm not gonna do it. I'm picking Arizona. Gosh, this is.
I know this is a good bracket.
This is terrible. I want George Mason somewhere, right? Come on.
I got Louisville against Texas. You got Zags, Texas.
Yuck.
You already know what I'm doing.
Disgusting.
Mr. Elite Eight is adding another one to his tally. Sean Miller to the Elite Eight. Texas.
You're telling me you are setting up Sean Miller against Arizona in the Elite Eight. What an absolute... They call this man Picasso. Michelangelo-esque. The masterpiece. The Maxterpiece has been painted right here with Mr. S's bracket. Incredible. I don't like either one here. I'm picking Texas too. So give me the Longhorns.
Let's go.
Take them on. Why not? It's a gut bracket. Who's Texas play in the midweek? Oh yeah, they play Florida. Well, we know what's going to happen now. We know what's going to happen now. Florida beat them by 35, and we got Texas in the Elite Eight. Unbelievable. I got Arizona in the Final Four. Don't do it. Don't do it. We have to keep some credibility. Don't do it.
Give me Texas.
No.
Come on.
Oh, God.
That's it.
We're stopping this show.
Make
and collar, andcollar.com. We're out of here. There's no way. We can't. The show cannot continue. Oh.
Someone's got to pick a run here.
Damn it, I should have had Georgia beat Arizona. So it's just, why not? All right.
There we go. All right. We've got our
to the Final Four. Is that where if we made it? We don't even have a bracket. We can't even pull this up. Take all this stuff off the screen.
We're just going to get back to...
Oh, God.
All right.
I don't even know who's in our Final Four. Who have we got?
Your Final Four is Duke, UConn, Florida, and Arizona.
Oh,
you have Duke against UConn.
Yuck.
You have Florida against Arizona. I
I
have Duke against Iowa State, Florida against Texas.
No. What in the world? You heard it here, folks. Final Four preview tomorrow night when Florida and Texas play. You're getting a Final Four game tomorrow night.
Just the way I don't plan these things, okay? It's just how the cookie crumbles. I'm gonna go Duke over Iowa State and Florida over Texas for a Duke Florida national title.
Who have I got? Who's Duke playing on mine?
You have Duke against UConn.
Oh, okay, Duke.
And then you have Florida against Arizona.
Oh, man,
that's a great rematch. One of those
telling me
is going to start the season and end the season against the other.
I hate when we have the same national championship, and with all that nonsense, we somehow got there. I'm going to pick Florida. Of course I am. Of course I'm going to pick the Gators right now, and we're both going to have Duke and Florida, and we're an SEC channel. And if you're telling me we're both going to sit here and pick against the Florida Gators in the national championship with a chance to go back-to-back, please, we know our audience.
Or no, I have Michigan, I think. I do.
You don't even know who you have.
I have Michigan. I have Michigan. Darn it.
The Texas is completely thrown off your train of thought here. Who have you got Michigan playing?
It's Michigan, Texas, not Florida, Texas. Darn it.
Oh, well then.
Darn it.
Well, Florida fans, please send your emojis for Max Barr. Oh, my.
Right, I got Michigan against Duke then in a rematch, and you've got Duke, Florida. So we don't have the same national title game. That's a first.
I thought you were going to have Texas in the national championship with a rematch against Duke. But, all right. Who are you picking? Boo.
I'm going Michigan as my title. I don't know if I'm ever going to change that. I think I might be locked in on Michigan. I might be locked in on Michigan winning the title.
All right. Well, Gator Sam has officially put Max's photo on the dartboard there. So, please, if you think I'm going to pick Florida all the way to this point in a rematch with the Duke Blue Devils, who they lost to by a point, shouldn't have lost the game, big three-pointer at the end, the game was over. And people say we're not biased here. Are you kidding me right now? Give me the Florida Gators. And the gut bracket, back-to-back gut bracket national champions for me, I think, for the Florida Gators. Now they're going to go lose to Texas, our Elite Eight / Final Four team tomorrow night. Yep. And anytime we do this, that's what happens. So at least we played it, though, both ways here, if you think about it. Yeah. We got Florida and Texas both very far. So it's going to work out for somebody.
Yep.
All right.
I'm pretty much down to Michigan, Florida, Duke, and Arizona is my fearsome foursome for my national title grouping. I'm not picking another team out of that four. It's just whatever happens over the next 3 weeks is going to decide it.
Said Duke, Michigan, Florida, who else?
And Arizona. Those four.
Yeah.
I'm out on Houston, UConn, Illinois, Iowa State, Purdue. I'm not picking any of them. One of those four is going to be my national title.
Okay. I mean, that's probably who would be the fifth?
I don't even think I have
UCLA.
One. Maybe Texas.
Maybe. Ask us tomorrow night. Ask us after the game. It may be Texas. You know, if Texas beats Florida tomorrow night, there's no question. The next time we do this gut bracket, I mean, we're both going to have Texas in the Final Four. Not just you. I'll have them there too. So, completely overreact. All right.
And then Florida goes out and wins by 28.
Yeah. That's true. All right. My goodness, that was something right there.
You can tell we're getting close. You can tell we're getting close.
That was an experience in and of itself. Here, okay.
Shout out to again, just once more to
Mr. S.
Mr. S, yeah, Mr. S Bracketology, giving us one of our better gut brackets this year.
Absolutely. All right, let's read some sponsorship stuff. Then we're going to get to your super chats. We'll catch up on those in a second. All right, and Collar, A-N-D, collar.com, performance menswear brand. They invented the Workleisure. That was probably the biggest Workleisure gut bracket we've ever done. And you can head over there, get your button-ups, your polos, your quarter zips, your pants, your suits. Go get it all. Watch the gut bracket in style. And, head over there for a great price. SEC16, 16% off over at andcollar.com. A-N-D, collar.com. You should be typing it into your browser right now. A-N-D, collar.com. Head over there. Check it out. ROKFORM, ROKFORM.com, the world's strongest magnetic phone case, extreme protection, super strong magnets, rock lock, secure mounting. Oh, geez, I just remembered we got to make a pick for Florida and Texas tomorrow night. We're about to go do those predictions, aren't we? Oh, man, we just went from that to have to make a pick for this game. Oh, my. All right. Speaking of ROKFORM, that had nothing to do with it, but SEC25 for 25% off over at ROKFORM, ROKFORM.com. Head over there and do that. Icon wallets, premium Napa leather. They are officially licensed collegiate wallets. You get 20% off over there. SEC chat. Well, look, some of these comments in the chat right now. Unbelievable. SEC16 for 20% off over at Icon Wallets. All you have to do is support one of these. One of these sponsors. You just have to support one. And then when you do that, we're going to tell you have to support the next one. And then the next one. You have to support all three. That's how it works here. Okay? This is an exclusive club with all these tremendous partners here at Southeastern 16. Check them out. And Collar, ROKFORM, Icon Wallets. All right, super chats. How did this show go an hour? I'll tell you how. We had Texas in the Final Four, or Elite Eight.
Yeah, that explains it.
The Hairless Hog, $5 super chat. Billy Showtime, must-see TV. Hoping the Hogs can pull out a 4 seed. Definitely within range. I think I predicted a 4 seed for Arkansas, I believe, when we did our video last week. I don't remember.
Hairless Hog, we need to start a Keep Billy in Fayetteville fund going. I don't like seeing Billy start to creep up into these second-round NBA mock drafts. I need another year of Billy.
Yeah. Well, I agree. All right. Robert, $5 super chat. What do you guys think Georgia's ceiling is seed-wise if they win out? Can they get to the 7 line? So they were the first 9. Their remaining schedule is at Vanderbilt, home against South Carolina, home against Alabama, at Mississippi State.
Can they get to the 7?
I mean, yeah, I'd say it's possible. I think it's possible to get to a 7 if they won out. Sure.
Possible. Yeah, it's not impossible. Got some good wins there.
All right. And then we got Happy Face, $2 super chat. Back again. Remember, the last time around said Auburn wasn't going to win another game, but Auburn has now won a game, and so now Happy Face is back with $2 to say Auburn not losing another one. No,
They're streaking. They're absolutely streaking right now. Undefeated since February 20th.
And finally, we got a new member here at Southeastern 16. A little chat here with Garrison. Boom. 2234. It's here. Nice little chat yesterday on Twitter /X. I put out the SEC tournament updated bracket. What an experience that was to see the replies. Also put out the question of who should win SEC Player of the Year. Almost 100 replies, Max.
Nice.
Believe it or not, I thought there'd be some bias involved here. But there was proof that people are not always biased because a lot of people
that's nice to
pick
know.
Darius Acuff, and I think that's the right choice. So, wasn't just Arkansas fans. So, all right, there you go. No, he did not get any votes. Maybe after tomorrow night's game. Speaking of which, we're trying to keep this under an hour, 38 seconds. Here we go. We're heading over right now to do our recordings for our members, for our predictions. So you guys need to be there. If you're not a member, I'm going to put a link in the chat. How quickly can we do this? We got to be out here in under an hour. Can we do it? We're going to go make predictions for tomorrow night's games. And remember, we're only going to do the featured games. So we're not going to do all 5 games. If you're asking why, hey, we just kind of have to prioritize certain things right now when it comes to the end of the season. So we're going to do the featured games. We're heading over there now. We appreciate you watching. We'll talk to you soon. Southeastern 16, presented by FanDuel.